Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Honest Budget. I'm your Honest Budgeter, and today we're going to be doing a little monthly check-in. So we're going to be going over what my monthly budget was, and then we're going to be going over all the expenses. So if this is your kind of content and you want some budgeting and savings tips, then stay tuned. Let's get into it. Let's kind of just go over briefly what my monthly budget looked like. So our projected income for the month was $46.30. And then these were all of my kind of expected expenses throughout the month. We divided it all by 4, and this is what I was going to be budgeting out for each week. Now, I kind of did it a little bit wrong at the beginning of the month. I should have really budgeted out a little bit more for gas because I was going home. And then I should have kind of divided some of this by 3 instead of 4 because I was going to be missing a week of work. And actually what also ended up happening was I missed another week of work because I got sick. So that really sucked. Like, I was really bummed to be missing out on income. So we definitely did not make what we wanted to this month, but that's okay. Things happen. I'll probably have to pull out either of my emergency fund or my month ahead fund. And that's okay because that's what that money's for. Although I really hate to pull out of that. Like, you know, I've worked so hard to build up some of these funds, and so it sucks to have to pull from it, but that's what life is all about. So that's kind of why we do all this. So now let's go over our expenses. And actually, even looking at this, I already forgot an expense. I did have to get my car, I got the oil changed before I ended up going home for Thanksgiving. So there should be probably necessary expenses or even actually it could be in like savings here. I can even actually write that now, although I don't remember how much it was, but we'll just kind of. So our budget was 0. So I think it was something like, it was between 2 and 250. So I'm just going to put 250 and then we'll add that there and then plus another 250 and then we'll add that in a sec. So, kind of going over what my expenses were, what my income was this month. So I made $38.11 from working and I was expected to make $4,100. You'll see that right up here. So I was supposed to make $4,100, did not make that. We made about $300 less, 200-ish, but about $300 less. And then I get $530 from the rent from the duplex that I own with my family. So it's really nice to have that passive income come in there and save me. But I try to not really rely on this and then use it for extras, but I really needed it this month. So our projected income was supposed to be $46.30. We made $43.41. And actually, even with that, I think I probably overspent in some categories. So let's see, I overspent in my extra category. So I definitely overspent in restaurants, but that's okay. We're going to make up for it this next month. Hopefully I'll try to pick up some extra doubles. But yes, we definitely overspent there. I think mostly we overspent on gas. We underspent on utilities, so that was nice. Overall, it was kind of good because with necessary expenses, it ended up being a total of $39.27, 50 essentially, that I was supposed to, or excuse me, that I did spend. And so I was supposed to spend $42.35. So we definitely cut back a little bit here, which was nice. We overspent by $100 here and $100 here. So, I mean, we probably like broke even-ish, but let's see. So I made $43.41 and my total spent was $45.70.82. And then plus that extra $250. So what I'm going to do with this car is I have a car fund and I believe I already pulled out about $90 from the fund that was in my bank. And then what I'll do is I have an envelope, I believe in this binder, and I'll pull the cash out from here and deposit it into my bank account to help me kind of cover the expenses for the car. So I didn't expect to do that at the beginning of the month, so I did not budget for it in here. But I was really overdue for my oil change. So I really needed to get it done, especially before taking that trip up north. So we just had to get it done, and that's why we have that car fund. So definitely unexpected, but you got to add that stuff in, and luckily we had the funds for it, just not, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm still trying to kick this cold. I have a cough. We're trying to just survive and get through it. But, and let's see, I also overspent on restaurants. So that I really should have cut back a bit. But normally I'm actually budgeting out for about this much anyways. So if it was my normal budget, I would have only gone about $10 over. So I did spend quite a bit on the restaurant at my hometown that I'm obsessed with. So I'm going to plan for a little bit more for restaurants for the coming month because I will be going back home for Christmas. You best bet I'm going to be getting that food from that restaurant. So we'll budget out for that. Next time we'll budget out more for gas. But honestly, we're looking okay. We'll pull out money from car. I think I might have to pull out some money from month ahead. So this 100 that did go in there, we might have to pull that back out, but that's why I have these funds. I have emergency funds. I have safety nets everywhere. I think I had an account buffer in here somewhere. So we're going to be okay for the month. I'm going to have to figure some stuff out, and we're probably going to have to cut back a little bit next month, but that's okay. We did also, I want to point out that I did overspend on Christmas, but technically, so I bought all of my Christmas presents for people. So I only budgeted out for $50, and that was because I wasn't really planning on buying the presents right away. I was planning on kind of waiting a little bit longer. So what I'll do is next month I will budget out still for Christmas, even though I've bought everything, just to pay myself back for that. So yeah, we'll pay ourselves back and do an unstuffing of all of the funds that are in these binders. But yeah, I believe that's all I have for you for this check-in. So this is just kind of how I go over things. Really sucked that I did not make the income that I wanted to, but we make it work. So if you have any questions about this, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. But this is just kind of my method and how I go through things and keep track of where all of my money is going and what's coming in and all of that. So this month we didn't do too bad, but we really could have done better. But it's okay because we did get sick. Things come up like that. You can also check out some budgeting tips that I have on my Instagram. I did make a post about what you can do to help plan for an unexpected illness. So going into these months, you really need to kind of be preparing for that kind of stuff. And then if you don't need that money at the end of the month, then you can reallocate it to your savings, to your debt, whatever you'd like. But it's just really good to plan for being sick because you never know. Luckily, I was also able to use some sick pay that my employer offers. So that helped me a little bit, or else this number up here probably would have been more like $4,000. And I mean, that would have kind of sucked. So we're doing a little bit okay. We're going to try to just work so much harder this next month. But yeah, check out some of my other videos. We're going to have so much more coming out. So make sure that you subscribe, turn on those notifications so that you get notified when I post. But otherwise, thank you for sticking around if you've made it this far. I hope you have a great day and a great week. See you next time. Bye.